All right, all right. Welcome to another edition of the Elite Mancast, where sometimes it's just a man and a cat. No, I'm just joking. But my guys, they will be on a little while. They're traveling, they're working, and that's the beauty of this whole thing about the Mancast, man. We're here to continue to uplift one another, help one another get through those moments that when we're feeling low. And that's what we have to start doing in this world, man, as men all together. But man, I got some steps for y'all until my guys join in, because tonight we are talking about the leadership within. And within a lot of us, man, we really just have to stop hanging around certain people. But I got some 5 steps of some transformational processes. I got some other hopefully great tips that'll help you guys get to another level. As for right now, but I want to give y'all the first step. Hey, great evening, Kiki. I'm going to give y'all a couple of steps of this transformational process that I went through that helped me become a better leader, a better person, and just start searching within myself because of the way that I was programming myself from the past to now. But stepping back is about moving from believing in a situation to an observer of situation. So if we start looking at the situation differently, instead of looking at it from a victimized mindset, we can start looking at, hey man, I control my situation. I don't let my body control my subconscious anymore, because the subconscious mind, if you're living out of your subconscious mind, your body is going to do everything that it is trained to do on a daily basis. You get up, brush your teeth with your right hand. You get up, you comb, you brush your hair with your left hand. You got to start doing things differently in order to see a better transformation in this process that we call leadership. A lot of people, they say, I want to be a leader, or I am a leader, but yet and still they don't have those leadership qualities of transforming somebody else, helping somebody else to get to a better space. And sometimes when we, as leaders, when we try to explain to certain people, or we try to get them advice, or we try to show them a different light, they shun away because they're so comfortable. A lot of times when we're comfortable in our situations, we don't like, hey man, I'm cool, I'm making some bread, I got my car note paid, I got my mortgage paid, and then we get in that comfort zone, but yet and still we still have to transform ourselves from being in that worker's mindset to them true positive affirmations and implementations. Transform your outlook on how you deal with society. I like that. That's real, and that's the truth. Let me put that up there. Yeah. So that means getting distance from you and your programming. That's exactly what that means. Right there, what she said. It's getting the distance between you and your programming. See, a lot of times, man, we sit around and we do things that are just so normal. We do everything that is just like, hey, man, it is what it is concept. And that's not the concept we should have. That's not the mindset we should have at all. Detoxing my body, because I want to be transformed into something better, man. I want to be transformed into some things that nobody has seen me do in my lifetime. So, you know what I'm saying? A lot of time I hear people say, man, I'm doing it for my kids. But yet still, you're still holding on to some past traumas. You're still holding on to some past programming. And that's not good for your kids, because that programming ain't going to help you ain't going to help neither one of y'all get to a better place. It's just some hard truths sometimes, man. Once we learn them hard truths, we can beat anything up. But if you keep on living in that fake lie in your head, like, oh man, it's gonna be all right, you're lying to yourself. It's not gonna be all right, because you're gonna continue to go through those same patterns. You're gonna go through the same processes. So your programming is what you were given at a very early age to make decisions about yourself and the world that you was living in at that time. So how we're gonna get out of that? I ain't got to that part yet. I'm just giving y'all the facts of where we're standing at right now. That's where we've been standing. That's where we're standing in. A lot of us. I ain't gonna say all of it, because a lot of us have came a long way. Not the people we used to be. Not the situations we once were. You know, we don't live in no past moments. We elevate, we evolve every time that we want to see something better, you know? So it's definitely a process of transformation. So the programming is what you were taught as given as an early age to make decisions about yourself. So we got to unlearn those programs. So the reason it's important to step back and get distance between you and your programming is that the distance open up the opportunity to see a situation from a new perspective. Let me get to that again. The reason it's important to step back and get distance between you and your programming is that the distance opens up the opportunities to see a situation from a new perspective. Man, if that wasn't real, let me show you. I got some other notes that says something even on that line right there where it was very helpful. It says, don't allow, where was it at? Where was it at? Say, don't be a slave to your memory. So that's what I like. Don't be a slave to your memory, meaning that you have to go back to it. You have to fight for it. You have to, man, this is what I'm holding on to. See, the things that we hold on to the most, that's what holds us back the most. That's what keeps us away from being the best version of ourselves. That's what I'm talking about as far as this transformational process. So when we got this transformational process going, man, we really have to start letting go of the programming. The programs, they holding us, y'all. So those are some of the transformational process. So when you can see when you can see a situation from a new perspective, you are likely to create more choices and more possibilities. That is real. That's what I say. That's what I say. Man, these are just some notes that I've taken down throughout the years of my health and life coaching class, and I'm hoping that it can help us get to another role of leadership. You know, this is going to get us to another level of leadership because we already, we already lead in our families. We already lead in our households. But the thing is, some of y'all might lead on your jobs. And the thing is, we have to learn that in our society, we have to be greater than that right there itself. We got to be greater than our society because AI is taking over. You got the people who controls the AI, who creates the AI. They want to stay 10 steps ahead of y'all so they can have, I don't know if y'all seen it, man. It was a trip. I seen this AI I seen the AI doing the woman's lashes. I don't know if y'all ladies heard about this, but I really wouldn't want a computer doing my lashes or either working on my mouth. But we do have to stay in, hey, boy, it's a trip out here, man. It's something else. So we do have to stay ahead of the things that's really supposed to be getting in front of us. We start having to get in front of it. So I'm just doing some, I'm giving some tips on leadership and how we're going to be create better leaders in this world and take empowerment of our lives. And I'm detoxing. Come on now. Y'all know that detox is real with me. All that. Hey, I know I was smelling barbecue yesterday. I ate a little bit. I did a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, man. You see what I'm saying? You got to watch all this, man. This AI is taking over in a major way. But we got to love it, though, man. We got to love it. So the reason that take empowered actions is not the first step of the transformational process is that when a client comes to you, they are not usually in a place of empowerment. And that is true. That is so true. When you have people who come to you looking to, do better, what's going on, fellas? My guys in the audience, y'all, we all look, hey, let's do it, though. We're going to keep it going. We're on the transformational process, though, man. So, therefore, it would be effective to give them an action step, even though what a lot of coaches' methods will teach you to do. Even though it's not what they're teaching you to do, but we still got to give the people like the physical trainers, personal trainers, you have to give homework assignments. Just like when you're in class. They give you homework assignments. So when you interacting with somebody who needs your help and you feel like, man, I'm trying to give you the best advice that I can, Just step back from your programming that you were programmed to do. Step back from that programming and get yourself and look at the whole situation as observation. Observe the whole situation. And then you can try your best to, because you've been trained, like in life and health coaching class, we've been trained to do this. You know what I'm saying? So we step back and we let them do the talking. We ask the right questions so they can give us the right answer. And this is how we're going to become greater leaders. It's like you ask your child, hey, what's wrong? And then you try to evaluate the best situation that you can to give them a better lifestyle, a better answer, a better outlook on what they are going through, what they're growing through. Let me say that, because what they're growing through is definitely part of their journey. And their journey is just like that, theirs. So you just try to make sure you don't give them your thought process, because you're in an adult mindset, and what they need to go through, they might need to go through it in order for them to become better leaders, in order for them to find a leader within themselves. See, a lot of times we don't want to send our children through the same stuff we've been through. I heard Dame Jazz say, man, I ain't gonna never let my child struggle like I did. Sometimes we might need to let them struggle like we did, because some of the things that we went through molded us into the best version of ourselves that we are right now. So how can you not want your child to be greater? How can you not want your child to have that tough skin, so when they do come across opposition, they'll see the opportunity in it instead of a problem, instead of a crisis. They won't scream and panic and run. They'll be like, man, whoa, let me step back. I see something in this that I can learn from, that I can account to. So you always have to be mindful how you teach these children these days, because true enough, they got the computers, they got all of this, but yet and still, their transformational process needs to go through that transformation. You have to bump your head along the journey, because if you keep on giving, hey, the experience has always been the best teacher, bro. The experience has always been the best teacher. I know, man, my mom, when I was in prison, my mom told me she divorced me in prison. I say, well, who gonna write the letter? Who gonna send the money? Shit. Well, all them women you was having out there. And they let you know, man, right there, it's time to stop going to jail. Ain't nobody gonna be there for you but your mama. And when she divorced you, you know it's time to straighten up your act. But hey, man, that's going through the transformational process. So that's how you get some of these leaders out here who really can't take you to the next level, because they experience, like KD say, they experience, they haven't had it. So how can they teach you to, hey, man, yeah, when network marketing, we go through the no process. Yeah, man, you hear 100 no's, that's your motivation. Yeah, that's cool. But what about the person who's not used to the no's? What do you teach them in order for them to even get through the 10 no's? So that's why we have to start learning to teach. You know what I'm saying? We don't teach enough in these industries, to where, what do I do when a person is not used to the no's? How do I get them in a mindset of, okay, boom, these are how you handle the no's, sir, or these are how you handle the no's, ma'am. Hey, what's up, Monica? All right. You got to go through to get to. Come on now. Let me put that on the board. Yeah, man, you got to go through to get to, because, you know, it's just like that sometimes, man, because if we don't go through it, we're not going to get to it. And then we're going to be stuck in that same spot. So these are some steps, y'all, that I'm giving y'all for a transformational process. That's the thing about us, man. We all have to be in that transformational process at one point in our lives, to where we have to keep on going, you know. Righty. So once you help your client create empowered steps and acts, then you want to set up the types of accountability that make success inevitable, which means you must support and you must have stretched them. Because if you don't stretch that thought process, they're going to still remain in that comfort zone. So let me give you that again. Now, once you've helped the client create an empowered action step, then you want to set up the type of accountability that makes success inevitable, which means you must have support and you must have stretch. And that's the beauty of us, man. We are able to help another person sometimes, and then sometimes we can't even help ourselves. Have y'all seen that? I know a lot of people probably done seen that process where you can help everybody else, but you can't help yourself get out of the situation that you're in. Now, let me know, am I telling the truth or not? What up, Van T? And that's the truth, Kiki. I'm telling you. Good tips to live by. These are good tips to strive by. I'm just joking, Monica, straight up, for real. So, you know, what are the conditions that set you up for success, inevitable success? That's what the question be with a lot of people. So what the thing is with that, how I was taught is that you let the person give you, it's like a therapist. They're letting you speak your mind. They're letting you feel, you know, and then you ask the question of, you know, well, what did that make you feel like? You get them, you know, to bring up all of those emotions because they need to get it out. If they don't get the emotion out, they can't find their true calling because they're going to hold on to that. They're going to hold on to that pain to where people just don't understand. Once we start letting go of that pain, or we start letting go of those bad memories, we start letting go of things that hurt us, man, come on now, man. Y'all don't even understand the position you can be in once you feel good. Once you go through that pain, you grow through that pain and you get yourself to the other side of that wall. Oh, man. It's definitely a beautiful thing. So one way is to surround yourself with people who have the belief system and outcomes that you want to have. And so when you surround yourself with the extraordinary community of people who are also working on themselves, see, that's a lot of times that we want to stick around with the friends who are comfortable. We want to stick around with the steal people. They still sitting over there gambling. They still over there stealing dope. They still over there. We don't want to hang around the people who picking up the books, who writing the notes, who keeping score on where they at in life. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to keep score. I don't care who you are and what game you're playing. You got to keep score. Because if you don't know the score, how do you know if you're winning or not? You know, you got to know that you're winning, man. And that's what we're doing, man. So you begin to create the conditions for inevitable success that you need so you can have access to a wider range of experience and choices available to you. So you develop a new normal on how much goodness you're willing to feel at all times. The circle needs to be your support. Thank you. Yes, yes. And they got to give you honest answers too, Kiki. That's a lot of things. We want them friends. We want them friends that just in agreement with us. We want them people. Hey, yeah, man. Yeah, you right. Woo. Oh, you doing that? Oh, man. Okay, cool. Nah, man, that don't make sense, bro. Don't do that. I wouldn't even be a friend if I allowed you to keep on. If you showed me or if you explained to me a situation and then you going right back into that same situation that already done made you feel some type of way, why would I even want you to go back through that situation? That's like your children. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's what I'm talking about, money. That's what I'm talking about. KD say, tell the truth. You better. If you don't do nothing else, you have to tell the truth. Even if it hurts, I would rather hurt the person that I say I love with the truth than a lie. Because if that lie comes back, now the whole trust is gone. Now the trust is out the window. That's like when you in a leadership role, and if you give your cast some bad information, they gonna look at you like, man, you can't now. Yeah. That's for real. If I'm cheating, then tell me, not the other person. And they'll go around and tell everybody else in the world. But then they say they the solid. They solid. Oh, I'm a solid one. Yeah, but see, Mo, the thing about that, Monica, when you loyal to unloyal people, that's when you get yourself into a mindset of, damn, how can I keep on being loyal? How can I keep on being loyal? And these people just keep on. It's like, man, you got to find that tribe of people who are loyal to you. It's no doubt about it. It's no way around it. And you're gonna know if they loyal to you by the conversation. If you hear them, they talking about other people, they moving, it's like, hold up, y'all talking about them other people too much. You got too much. That's not good for me. That's not gonna help me get to another level, because y'all got these other people in y'all mouth more than y'all got. How can we create a better future? How can we? How can we get to a place of straight up, you know, where all of our friends, it's like what is that? The Best Man Holiday, or the Best Man, the series That Best Man, where all the friends are successful and they all come together once a year to be better. You know what I'm saying? To pass on great information, find out what each other been doing. You know, we got to have them kind of circle of friends, man. And sometimes you're gonna fight your friends. Sometimes you will. And it don't matter. Yeah, this new day and age don't, KD. Because when you pour your energy into the wrong people, it's like you plant a plant in the wrong soil, it's not gonna grow. But uproot it, put it in some soft soil, some good soil, and some good sunlight, some good jazz. You can even smoke around the plants. They're gonna create oxygen for you, man. They're gonna take that carbon dioxide and they're gonna create oxygen for you. That's the beauty of plants. That's the beauty of leadership, man. Because we're supposed to pour carbon monoxide into the people, but they're supposed to be able to refuel it with oxygen. But if you're not in a great leadership position, you're not gonna get that oxygen back. Then you're gonna start suffocating. Then you're gonna start passing out. That's what we got to understand. Don't ever suffocate and don't ever panic. And when it's time for the action to show up, when it's time for you to put your shoes on, when it's time for you to put your boots on and go to war, don't ever fall short. Don't ever say, hey, man, I just quit this. I'm going to just quit. That shows the true value of the man that you were. That shows the true value of what kind of person that you are. And when I say man, I mean one man, man and one man. It's not just me. It's not just man. So you know what I'm saying? We're talking about leadership, y'all. If y'all don't know tonight, the leadership within us, because we just have to pull it out. And we have to surround ourselves with that group of people who have the same intentions of getting to that position. I seen, that's right. And I seen where these 5 friends, they all invested $50 into a pot, into a saving. They invested $50 into a saving for 2 years. And then that's when they bought their first investment property. But they said they were friends, though. They said they was real partners. See, when you call yourself a friend, I heard it so much. People say, man, you my family, you my friend. But then you would try to do something that belittles me or takes away. It's like, no, bro, that's not the kind of friend I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? If you thinking I'm belittling you, or if you think I'm, trying to take something away from you that you're going to hold on to, it means you need to get away from them kind of people. I know how to separate myself. Just like I said in the beginning, you separate yourself. This is the transformation. This is the transformational process. Where it was at? The transformational process. Separate yourself from your old mindset, and so you can step back and look at the new version, look at it from a different perspective. That's what the transformational process was. But you got to step back sometime, man, and reevaluate who is helping you, who is pouring into you, who is giving you advice, who is giving you some good news. You got to understand that who is looking out for you like you looking out for them. Mentally though, not financially, because money ain't nothing. Money costs 19 cents to make, 19.6 cents to make. Out of 100 or $1, it still costs 19 cents to make. So that right there ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay to know you're set apart, but to be set apart. So that means if you're the smartest one in your circle, that means you need a new circle. You're not set apart because there's more people out here like you that have that same intuition, that has that same ambition, that has that same drive. Now, if you got together with You know, they might not be in your community. You just like you had to travel to go to work today. You might need to find somebody outside of your community that you can meet halfway every time there's some work involved. You know, because we do have to be that leaders gonna hang with leaders. Let me say that. Winners hang with winners. You don't see a bunch of winners hanging out with some guys who are in the back of the school smoking dope and shooting up. You ain't gonna see it. So why would you go through your life looking for them people? Why would you go meaning different than the norm? Exactly though. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna be set apart from the normal, but you're gonna have a normal set of friends who are leaders, who are in the leadership role. So you're being set apart from the norm, but you're not trying to hang around the norm because you're a leader. You're in that position. You've already went through them transpositional processes to where you have seen what you don't want to be anymore. You got a lot of people who haven't looked in that mirror yet, who haven't took that time to say, hey, man, you know, I can't even take this dude no more. Or I can't even take this woman no more. You have people who just don't want to look in the mirror because they're still getting applauded for the bullshit. You got people out here still applauding them for things that they just wrongly doing. So that's when we have to understand, man, when that process, that transitional, a nonconformist. Thank you. Hang around them nonconformists. I can't go back to that. I can hang in a room full of people smoking PCP, but I'm a leader now, so I can't go back to that. That's what that means. Nonconformist, y'all. You cannot go back to who you once were. And once you do see that great light, once you do feel accomplished in a lot of areas to where you like, you know what? Yeah, I feel this, man. I really do. I really do. And we have to stop letting our bodies control our minds. Let your mind be the mind and let your body be the body. You know, because a lot of times we don't really understand. If you don't understand what that means, let me give you this. Your subconscious mind is what controls your everyday actions. Not even knowing it. Because that's what your hard program, that's your hard wiring. Your hard wiring has already put you in that position of this is what we're doing today. This is how we wake up. We wake up at this time. That's your hard drive. So if you got to use your software, that new programming every day. You cannot be stuck in that subconscious mind. So that's when we don't let our bodies control our minds. That's exactly what that means. So you reprogram it every day. Every day you wake up, say, I can't do this today. Or I'm not going to do this today. I'm going to do it this way. And this is how I feel. This is the way I'm going to do it today. You let your body know we're not moving that way today. We're not going that route. So we got to be able and mindful of our surroundings every day. So your subconscious is what's already programmed. So stay aware of your present moment. Let me let that settle in. Your subconscious is what's already programmed. So stay aware of your present moment. If you find yourself in a pattern of every day you get mad at the same coworker, every morning you blowing your horn, get out the way. Hey, man, people gonna be people, man. I give them a couple of bumps and then I go around them. Oh, y'all not moving? I'm gonna go around you because that means you are not in the right mindset to be in this position right now. And you let people be people and you let them stay where they're going to stay at until they figure out this shit ain't the best. That wasn't the best move for me, man. Can't go back, won't go back. Come on now, KD. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I said that. But yeah, one of the many ways that people become successful is by approaching every crisis as an opportunity to learn, to invest, and to grow. A New York man. Boy, you ain't gonna tell what you're gonna get out of New York, man. They got different mindsets, man. Say the map. This is another leadership role. I mean, another leadership mindset, the map. The map is a visual concept that helps you understand that everyone sees the world differently. So when you find somebody who you feel like, man, you better than that, you can't make them see it like you want them to see it. We can't do it. That's just the God honest truth. They could be in a situation that's not helping them grow. They can be in a situation that's keeping them stagnant, but they don't see it that way. They see it in the eyes of, man, we good. I'm doing good. She doing good. Everybody good. But y'all haven't moved out of this same position y'all been in for the last 4 years. When there's two people in the household and one person has to do everything, how burnt out you think that person is going to be? Because there's no leaders in that household. It's no leader role. Nobody's taking a leadership role, especially the man. The man's supposed to be spiritually first, and then he's supposed to be about that family. If his mind ain't spiritual first, the family gonna crumble every time. He got to know that his spirit man has to be in control of a lot of situations, man. And he cannot let that woman detour his mind, because if it ain't helping us, it's hurting us, baby. And you got to be the man to step up and say, hey, man, I know what's hurting me, man, and I gotta straighten that out. But hey, man, we talking about leadership in all aspects of life. Now, the map is your internal map, which is called the reality. Your personal reality is what determines your reality. You know what I'm saying? So your map is your internal map of reality. It is your unique view of the world. Everybody has a map. Everybody has their own journey. Everybody's going down their own road. But when you get to a certain level in life or a certain age in life, if you don't know what to do and what not to do, if you don't know right from wrong at this certain age in life, something's really, we got to really dig deeper into that client. We got to dig deeper into that friend. We got to dig deeper into our prospects, because some people don't see an opportunity. Some people just always looking at it as a problem. Optimistic people, they do exist. Narcissist people, we spoke about that, fellas. The narcissists, they do exist, you know. So it's our map that enables or limit us in all endeavors in every area of life. So it is the content of individuals. That's what that is. That's the map. The map that makes something incredible easy for one person, seemingly impossible for the other. That's the map. It seems so hard for some people. I heard people all the time say, man, you make that look so easy. Yeah, I've programmed myself to do this. So that's nothing. Now I'm trying to program myself to create an even faster system. Now I want to put a better software inside of me. Now I want to reboot the old leader into a new leader, to where I can teach, where I can help somebody else get out of the situation that they're in, only if they're willing to. We have to remember, a lot of times, some people don't want to leave. Some people don't want to get out of the situation. So we have to step back, get out, put our hands up, and let the next person, let them take back control of their life how they feel is necessary. And then when it's time for them to come back, they're still welcome with open arms, because we are not judgmental people. A leader should not be judgmental. I don't care if your prospect is not buying anything, or your distributor is not buying or selling anything. But you always should have an open heart, open mind. You cannot be the type of person to where you're going to be like, hey, I'm cutting that sucker off. I don't deal with that person no more. Only if they toxic, they bad for you. They just cut them off like that. But if they're not, if they see their mistakes, or if they don't see their mistakes, and you give them some advice for them to see their mistakes as a leader, you do your part, and then you step back. You get out the way, and you do that. So our map contains our beliefs about ourselves, our capabilities, our deservingness, and how we fit in the world. So that's our map. Our map contains our beliefs about ourselves. Because a lot of people They don't even believe in themselves to be greater than what they are. So we can't, I can't, you can't, we can't make somebody be that, that they're not. So that's a great, great, observation of our maps within ourselves, y'all. So, but it's a lot of lessons, man, when you really pay attention to your surroundings. Like I say, you step back and you observe the moment. You don't let your body control the mind. You control the mind, and you say, "Hey, mind, I'm gonna let you know what's going on." The body's just gonna be observing. He's gonna watch us reprogram with this. That's within. Exactly. The meaning someone makes about what happened is more meaningful than the content of what happened. Ooh. The meaning someone makes about what happened is more meaningful than the content itself. Come on, man. Because a lot of times we blow situations out of control when it was just this big. It was this big. We made it like this. For 2 words was said the wrong. Now these 2 words done made this whole situation this big when the situation was just like this. Got to have that purpose. You're not living on that purpose and through that purpose, you just stuck out, man. You stuck out. You can't worry about the next individual. You got to keep living through your purpose, through your drive. You got to understand that it happens, man. It's not about what happens to you. It's about what meanings it's about what meaning you make about what happened to you. So it's like you defining it as a big situation or you defining it as a small situation. It's not about what happened to you. That's the least of the parts. But what did you feel? How did it bring and then you sit down and talk to the person that it made you feel like that about. You know what I'm saying? If you know the person, you talk to that person, hey man, it made me feel like this. What you just did made me feel this way. So that you don't have the situation all out of control. Because on a job site, you got them coworkers that'll get on your last nerve. You got them bosses that'll make you feel like, hey man, I don't even want to work here no more. But you always got to remember, how did this situation, and then you explain to them, say, man, can I talk to you right quick? I don't want this to go further than what it could be. But hey man, I didn't like the way you talked to me. Or I didn't like how you said what you said, brother. You know what I'm saying? Now we can, like Snoop say, man, we can do this shit like some gentlemen. We can get in some gangster shit. I'm just joking. We ain't gonna get no gangster shit. We ain't gonna get in no gangster stuff, y'all. I'm just saying. I'm just joking. But yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing, man, when we can sit around and have a great conversation with the person who make you feel a certain kind of way, man, because I know it's been a lot of times. Yeah, Gilbert is. Back in the day, Gilbert, I know you used to do your thing, man, But yeah, man, we got to we got to have that great conversation. Great leaders, man, have great communication skills, and they can resolve situations through the communication without physical contact or without attitudes. A lot of times we got people still walk away from a situation with an attitude, but that leader within you should always make you feel like, hey man, you know what? I understood him or I understood her situation, because you have to be an experienced person for you to get a hold to a lot of people's attention, because that's the part of leadership that a lot of people are really looking for. If you can make them feel at ease, if you can make them feel comfortable in what we're doing as a whole, you're going to have that person's attention. You're going to have that person's trust, and they're going to be in your corner, or even on the bad times. So your map actively determines the meaning of, your map actively determines the meaning you make out of life and out of any life experience. So that's what we have to always think about. Your map actively determines the meaning you make out of life and out of any life experiences. Yes, yes, I like that, man. Say, man, these are my health and life coaches notes, man, that's been helping me throughout time, man. I go back and read them, and I go back and I try to spread my knowledge with the people who I've learned from, because they are still the type of people who are in great positions, who are helping millions. They're helping a lot of people. I went through Health Coach Institute, and the main thing I remember out of that is small hinges swing big doors. So you don't need to be a whole lot of person. You just need to be that main factor, just like a piece of the puzzle. You just have to be a piece of that puzzle. You have to be a piece of the structure of life that's moving forward. You have to be just a piece of that piece that's moving forward, man. Because a lot of times we get in these situations and we don't know our position. We don't know our role. So we just start doing 5 different things because you know how to do it. And it's like, nah, what do y'all, you come into a situation, you ask, hey man, what could I help to make this situation better for you? What could I do to help all of us get to the next level? What can I do? What's my part in this, y'all? You know, connection is the currency. Come on, Gilbert. Connection is the currency. If you're not connected with the right ones, you will not be in the flow of things, as currency is flow. So you will not. And you got to have that right energy. You got to have that energy. Because it's like Katrina said, you got to watch who's pouring into you. If they're not pouring that great energy into you, you're not going to get that great energy. I mean, you're not going to want to be around those people for long. I need great energy around me. I need big positive energy, things that people don't feel like nothing's going to hold them back in life. You know what I'm saying? So in order to create a safe space for transformation, you must get off of your map and onto your client's map. So if you're trying to help a prospect, if you're trying to help somebody get to, or a distributor trying to get to another level, you got to see where they really are and see where their mindset is. And if they can't accept the no's like you can accept the no's, that means you need to have them one-on-one with them on, hey man, this is how we accept the no's and we keep moving. A lot of people, just because they are of age, they are of the age of numbers, but they're not of the age of the mind. You know, people that's 70 and they read on the 4th grade level. So don't think that, he's grown. No, grown does not mean numbers. Grown is about the maturity that you've experienced, and that the knowledge that you withheld within you that you can protrude out to the people who really need it at that moment when they need it. So we do have to be mindful of where people are at that moment in their life, and we either accept it or we don't. So it's a choice. But in order to create a safe space for transformation, you must get off of your map and into the client's map. And I like that, man. That was Rick big, real big. And I took these notes, man, back in 2019. And I go through them because I want to be a better leader. I want to be a better person. I want to be a person who is looked upon as, say, man, I can go to this man for he might give me something that can spark me to be a better version of myself. And that's the main key. That's the main thing about this whole journey that we call life. So if you got somebody who's going to help you and going to give you something, it's like we have a lot of millionaires in our circle, but we don't have a lot of people that's being created as millionaires, because they see a lot of times we use a lot of the old programming. And the old programming can't work in a new AI industry. So if we continue to use that old programming, we do have to understand that this might not work in this day and age for that person. You know, major key. You can't do it. So a lot of times we just, have to have that oh shit moment, like, oh shit, man, I got to do this, or I got to be a better version. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have an oh shit moment, like, damn, man, you feel like you at the bottom of your barrel. You feel like you all out of energy to pour into somebody. That means it's time for you to reset. Get to yourself by yourself. We are not dropping the price. We finding better clientele. Come on, man. Come on, man. You can't be stuck. I like that. That's what I'm talking about. We can't be stuck out here, y'all. Always teachable. Always teachable. Stagnation stinks. That's KD. KD always talk about always teachable, man, because we have to be. It's that day and age to where if you're not trying to be teachable, man, if you're not trying to learn something new, if you're not trying to advance your mindset, you're going to always allow life to forget why you started. And we can't do that. You never allow life to forget the reason you started. Man, things happen to everybody. Everybody's going to go get a rainy day, brother. Everybody's going to go through a bad relationship. Everybody's going to go through a bad job. Everybody's going to have a bad, time selling products. But we cannot allow life to keep us down. We can't allow life to help us forget why we started. You can't do it. That's not the way, that's not the way leadership is within you. That's not the true leadership within you. Because the true leadership within you is going to always remember, hey, man, I showed up today. I'm going to show up again tomorrow. I ain't going to let tomorrow beat me up. I'm not going to let today beat me up. I'm going to win this day as if it were my last. Every day. You have to win this day as if it were your last. Hey, man. Okay, oh, but see, this right here was a good one too. Say one of the biggest mistakes coaches make is assuming, oh, let me say that again, assuming they know what their client is talking about or mean. So we can't assume in this world. We cannot. One of the biggest mistakes coaches make is assuming that they know the person that's in front of them. And you have to let that person tell you. Thank you, brother. You have to let that person tell you. The rainy days just help us grow. Come on now. The rainy days help us grow. And you cannot assume, And so let me give y'all some more good ones right here. This is real good. Oh, no, I know what this is. Y'all look at this. Verbal backtracking is a reflective technique that simply means to repeat your client's words back to them. We get taught that in network marketing all the time, man. This is where your great leaders come from, because so you saying that you can start on September the 2nd when you get your first check. Yeah, they said that in the beginning of the statement. They might have said that in the very beginning. Oh, man, I can't buy nothing yet, man. It's, September the 2nd is when I'm going to be able to buy something. So you keep the conversation going. But then at the end, before y'all wrap it up, so, okay, you said to me that September the 2nd would be a better day for you. Okay, we good with that. So are we going to be able to, can I go ahead and pre-order your stuff for September the 2nd? Yes or no? Yes. Go ahead and get you some definite answers. Because if you don't go ahead and reflect what they said, that means you wasn't listening to them at all. Must listen as much as we speak. Well, we have to listen more than we speak. That's what I feel anyway, because I would rather listen to you more all day. That way I can give you a better solution at the end of the whole thing after you got done venting. And some people really don't want you to speak on what they vent on. Some people just need you to, I needed that ear. I needed you to just, let me get this out of me so that it won't stay inside of me. You know what I'm saying? Listen to comprehend. That's real. So this helps you get on the client's map by using their words instead of yours. And it helps you get confirmation from your clients that you're heard and understood what they're saying accurately. So that's the backtracking, man. Verbal backtracking is very important when you're having communications as a leader. As a leader, you have to verbally backtrack a lot of times because you got to make sure that that person is really giving you them. Because you can be getting a representative sometimes from a lot of these people. They just tell you what they want you to hear. Instead of you're like, hey, man, I'm very attentive listening to you. I understood every word you said, and I appreciate, you allowing me to be the person that you're speaking with. You know, you always be grateful that they're even allowing you to be a part of that situation. And a lot of times, you know, even me, I get out of my head. I get mad sometimes because I see somebody that I call a friend. I see them doing things that they not, you know, I feel like, bro, that's gonna hurt you in the end. You know, but then they get mad at me because I say, hey, I say what I said. And I shouldn't be like that. I know it, but it is what it is at the moment. So I'm not perfect, but I do live in a judgment-free zone. So what I say by judgment-free zone, that we do have to not look at everybody's life like, oh man, you stupid. Smell when you are desperate. Yes, yes, yes. They definitely can. I like that one. Yeah, man. A clientele can smell when you desperate for that money. Man, come on, just buy the stuff. No, man, I'm not buying nothing from you, man. So it's not our job to judge the client's view of the world. It's not our job to judge your friend's view of the world. It's not our job to judge anyone at all. So we live in a judgment-free zone. So our job is to understand where they're coming from so we can facilitate powerful transformation in service of their true desires. Man, if we don't know that right now as a leader, you should always understand. Our job is to understand where they're coming from so we can facilitate powerful transformation in service of their true desires. Because everybody has a desire, man. I don't know who doesn't. You know, maybe a dude living under a rock, he probably don't got no desire. But everybody that's living and walking and breathing on this green earth does have a desire for something. If it's for pretty toes, I don't know. People have foot fetishes all day. I'm sure. Or it's for a better life. Whichever desire it is going to... Only fans, y'all. Woo, Lord, I better stop it. Bad. Hey, man, I'm over here having a good time with myself. You hear me? I got a comedian in the background, but okay. The 3 techniques to build rapport and intuition is a good thing. Verbal backtracking, mirroring, and matching. So you know, a lot of times, brother, we got to go ahead and mirror and verbal backtrack and matching what they're saying, match their energy. These are just leadership qualities, y'all, I'm giving. That's why it's transformational process qualities. Really, that's what I'm giving. But these are leadership things. To a minor person who has raised their right hand, you would raise your left hand. Come on now. That's mirroring and matching. Matching is the same concept as mirroring, except you are doing exactly what the client is doing. That's matching. So we always, you know, have to say these same kind of words right back to them. So you always verbal backtrack, you always match, you always mirror that the person that's in front of you that you're trying to help or that you're trying to get to an understanding with. So if you know, it's like matching energy. We don't really want to match energy with somebody who's angry, because then that turns violent. Then we both end up in jail. But then we're going to, with the person that's angry or the person that's going through a violent situation, we always can speak softly. Like I've heard this through a couple more coaches say, hey, man, just you come to a moderate while they're up here. And that right there is going to either bring them down or it's going to make them just say, you know what? This ain't fun no more. I can't get a rise out of you. So that's your leadership within you, man. That's the leadership qualities that we all should have. Facilitate and not play a hate. Come on, man. Yes. So let me go to the next one, y'all. This is the transformation. Transform your sessions from giving information to creating experience. So once it's like any job or any salon you go to, ladies, y'all get y'all feet done. At first they were just doing y'all toes, Now they massaging your ankles. Now they must putting that lotion on your leg. And you know, I go get my toes done sometimes. So I know when they put that lotion on my leg, they really trying to get a check. Y'all massaging calves? They ain't got nothing to do with my toes. But hey, man, I appreciate it. Give me a baby massage. And I'll take the wine that you're passing out over there too. So you know, I'm good with that. So we gotta we got to have these experiences with the people we get, you know what I'm saying? Like me, in my line of work, I remodel homes, so I do have to make the people feel very comfortable when I'm inside of their home, so they can feel like, man, I can here go the keys, you go do what you got to do, and I'm comfortable with that. It's like a personal training. You got to give them people that type of motivation to where they get, man, y'all, I felt that energy she was giving me or he was giving me, and it felt so good. And you know, that's just like being a chef. Chef Alejandro Rodriguez right here, he gives you an experience. And that's the thing about, you know, Coach KD, when he teaches, he's not teaching out the textbook, he's giving the experience of what they really need to hear from a real perspective. So that's what we have to do in this world as leaders, man. That leader within, you have to give everybody that you come across an experience. It's like they love me at the conventions when we're doing our Tava conventions, because they know I'm coming in with the energy. I'm coming in, I'm speaking to everybody. Hey, how y'all doing? What's happening? Hey, I got you laughing. I want you to be in a space of, man, we can do this, man. I love doing this. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to have people around you, that type of energy. You got to have them type of people around you when you facilitating, when you giving knowledge, when you creating transformations. So you know what I'm saying? So knowledge or information does not create a habit change. The only way you're going to create the habit change is putting in the work, doing it every day, staying out of your subconscious mind every day, living out of the forefront of your life every day, out of the frontal cortex, which makes decisions for you every day. You got to live out of that frontal cortex, man, the prefrontal cortex, rather. So, you know, those are some things, man, that hopefully this can help everyone get to that leadership role. This is the structure that happened in each individual structure. I heard that. But yeah, this is what we're doing out here, man, as far as creating leadership. We transforming the process. We got these transformational processes that we're helping people, that we're making people get into a better space, man. So tonight we talked about the leadership within, and I want to leave y'all with something that's real to me. The same pot of water, the same pot of boiling water that softens that potato, it hardens the egg. Ooh. So it's all about what you're made of and not the circumstance. You got to take that with you now. The same pot of boiling water, it softens that potato up, but it hardens that egg up. It's not about the circumstances, it's what you made of. So if you're a real true leader, man, you're made of leadership qualities, you feel leadership within you, take those steps, man, and definitely go for that. Don't never let nobody detour you. Don't let life throw you off of your journey. Hey, thank y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in the Elite Mancast, baby. Next week, we're going to have a big show. We're going to do some real big things. But coming next week, we got it going on, y'all. All right. Y'all have a great evening. Thank y'all for tuning in.